Morning and welcome back to another edition of Gary's Movie Emporium. Today is Tuesday, June 1st, very first day of June, and today's going to be a Dollar General video on what I grabbed. I did a really good, I landed some pretty good titles this time around, probably the best I've landed in a while. But before I get started on that, I got a couple of announcements to make. First up being, I got this in the mail from a friend here or not here, but on Instagram. When I traded her a steelbook from the Dollar Tree for Wolfsbane, she sent me this Arrow title called The Gruesome Twosome. Kenesha Bradley on Instagram. She goes by my blessed many places. Or blessed many places. She's located on Instagram there under that handle. I was really surprised that she'd give up an Arrow title. There's what looks like has reversible art as well. I was really happy to get this. Wasn't expecting such a uneven trade. I felt like she kind of screwed herself over a little bit, but thank you, Kenesha, for that. I really appreciate it. I like the Arrow titles because per se I don't buy them because of the price. I know they're good for the transfers and the overall packaging of the Blu-ray, but these are like the coup de grace of physical media for me. And when I get one, I get really excited. So thank you again, Kenesha. I'm giving you a shout out for this. You deserve it. You're a good Dollar Tree community friend, and you're all around nice. You love media as much as the rest of us. You keep it alive and going too as well. There's look the back. It comes with a lot of special edition contents, it says. But this movie was says it's from 1967 from Shock Films, and Arrow brought it out to 2018. Clock's in at a hair over 70 minutes, but still great pickup. Thank you, Kenesha. And then my second announcement for this morning is I'm currently subscribed to a group on Facebook called Horror Horrors, and it's not Horror Horrors, but it's Horror WHORES Horrors. They currently have over 450 members on Facebook. What they do is they talk about all aspects of horror. I don't know if on that particular Facebook page they watch horror movies like off of Facebook, because I know they said something about that they'd have to stop doing that soon, and I don't know if they have stopped doing that, but they do have companion Facebook pages too, where they do watch horror movies, like live stream them so you can watch them off Facebook. So if that's something you're interested in, just hit them up on Facebook at Horror Horrors, and the admin there is Kamisha Smith. They're a private group. All I ask is be respectful, abide by the rules. Don't troll or spam them or whatever, because they don't like that. Obviously, I wouldn't like that. I do tend sometimes to post a little too much on there, and I apologize for that to her, because I do put my links to my videos occasionally on their horror page, and I just thought I'd give her a shout out because that's kind of like my way to make things square with her. Like, she lets me promote what I got, and then I'm putting her over on YouTube. Thank you, Kamisha, for. I'm glad I come up with this idea. It puts me over. But yeah, that's my two announcements, and I want to add a third announcement to that. The third announcement being, I will be having a 300 subscriber contest coming up soon. I just haven't decided what I was working out the details with my wife, what she thought I should do, because I'm not too experienced at this. These contest, I don't want to come off as cheap. You know, I don't want to give away little things from like the Dollar Tree if I can help it. I'd like, with me getting 300 subscribers, I'd like to give you something, somewhat on the halfway decent side, because it is 300 subscribers and you guys work hard to get me there. But more details on that to come. So let's get started on the Dollar General haul that I got here. And yes, this one is from the Dollar General. It just has this really weird sticky tag on it. It's a movie starring Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., Morris Chestnut, Angela Bassett, and Larry Fishburne. Boys in the Hood. Picked this one up for $5. Couldn't pass this one up. I seen this one in the theater opening weekend when it came out. Something about that trailer. I want to say they found a dead body. It's very much like Stand By Me in the Hood, sort of. The way it is in a way, because when these kids are little, I believe they find a dead body in an alley, or underneath some I don't know, like some debris in the alley, and it's like he's been there for days, and he's rigor mortis is setting in, and I'm not trying to get all gory, but that really stuck with me when I watched the trailer back in the day, and that made me really want to see this. Plus, at the time, Cuba Gooding was really popular at this point. Ice Cube was really popular. I really like this movie. I believe it was made by John Singleton, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, John Singleton. He got a lot of praise for this when it came out. I can't remember if he won an Oscar for this or not, but if he didn't, he deserved to. It has a slew of special features, and it's from Columbia Pictures, and it's rated R. And just a hair short of 2 hours. But I'm not going to go into detail about all of them today, because I have so many to do here, and then the little announcement took a little bit to get, that across. And then I got an Ocean's 8 Steelbook here. This was $5. Has some kind of issue going on right here. I don't know if that's a piece of glass or what. It looks like glass right there. I don't know if you can make it out on the... I don't know if you can see it too good, but if you can see it like right there. It's weird. It looks distorted, but it doesn't look like it's part of the case. That's the weird part. It just looks like it's magnifying the... kind of like a piece of glass or something in there, but this is Ocean's 8. This is a Canadian release disc as well. Nearly clocks in at 2 hours. I believe this is the first part in the Ocean's series. I'm not real familiar with this series. It's not really my kind of movie, but I mean, for $5, Steelbook, couldn't pass it up. And then we got a Lego Ninjago. I don't know, it's like a... yeah, it comes with 6 Ninja keychains, digital copy, 2 disc. I don't know if it's Blu-ray and DVD. Special features, mini movies, music videos, Lego Ninjago TV series sneak peek, and more. Yeah, and you can see how thick it is. We got one similar at I don't know if it was right here. We had gotten this one too. I don't know if I ever showed that in a video or not, but see what it kind of has, like that Lego look to it. But we had gotten this at I think my wife got this at the store where she works. But I'm pretty sure I showed that in the video. But that's kind of like a companion one to it. But this is a Lego Ninjago. Couldn't pass it up for $10. And then we picked up this. The only problem is when I got this, Tale of Despero, it had a crack in the corner. But I don't see this movie every day at the Dollar General. and you know, I could slip it in, you know, into some other Blu-ray case. But it comes with a slew of Blu-ray exclusives, exclusive sneak peek at Curious George 2, Follow That Monkey. This when this came out, I don't remember it getting a lot of love. I don't know. I like this. I thought the animation was very unique. I had fun with this one. Very rare pickup. I don't see too many people get this one. And once again, it goes under the banner movies you buy. My wife sometimes can get these movies you buy at her grocery store. So you might want to start hitting up some of your bigger chains of grocery stores as well. Because sometimes they have the movies you buy 3 for $10. And that's a good deal. Sorry about that. I had to take some plastic off so it wouldn't look a little weird on film here. American Tail, 50 Goes West is the next title. $6 for this one. My wife mentioned that this was at the store, and I'm like, yeah, we gotta grab that. I actually think in some ways this is as fun as the first one, just because it is in the West. And this too is a Canadian release disc as well, because it does have the Canadian symbols and banners and whatnot on the back. That's American Tail 50 Goes West. Happy to get that one. And then I got... This is where it gets a bit confusing. This is the Best of Blu-ray Disc Volume 2. I'm fine with the titles of The Last Samurai, The Fugitive, The Unforgiven. But where I get kind of thrown off is then they stick in here Phantom of the Opera. To me, I would have stuck maybe something else from Clint Eastwood in here, or maybe something from Keanu Reeves, maybe, as opposed to Phantom of the Opera. It's kind of random. I don't know if you can see that on video there too good, but I just think it's weird. It goes from The Fugitive to The Last Samurai, and then you got Phantom of the Opera, and then you got Unforgiven. And I mean, like, Unforgiven's like Oscar, you know, written all over it. The Fugitive was a feel-good fun film, you know, like a popcorn flick. And Last Samurai, don't really remember too much about that one too much, but it doesn't really fit the four, for at least in my opinion. So if there's something that I have that's more fitting, I'll probably stick that in there and take the Phantom out. To me, Phantom should belong like in horror, or you know, something like that, or maybe set by itself. Because I do have stuff that's much in the vein of like The Fugitive and things like that. But I paid $20 for that. That sounds like a lot. But I mean, you are getting four Blu-rays, you know, so it's like still $5 each. But yeah, trying to see if there's years on any of these. Unforgiven was from 1992. Really don't say the years of the rest of them. Oh, okay. The Fugitive was 93. Okay. I don't think it says what the other two, what years they're from, but still, nonetheless, happy to pick this set up. And then I picked up not just the original Point Break, but I picked up Point Break reboot here too as well. Still haven't seen the new one. Love the original. Seen that in the theater. The end really did me in on Point Break. It's just like I wasn't expecting it to end that way. Over 2 hours on that one, the original, and nearly 2 hours on the reboot. So I doubt the reboot's in the same vein as, you know, the first one. We couldn't pass up on getting these. You know, they were at the same exact store too, which was weird, and they were like they were like within a movie or two apart too, as well. They were like sitting on top of each other almost, and we had to pick those up. To me, this one will still always be a classic. Whereas I don't know nothing about this one, but the advantage the reboot Point Break does have is a DVD combo kind of thing going on it as well. Whereas this is just bare bones. But happy to pick up Point Break 1 and Point Break 1.5 or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you call, a reboot. I guess it's just starting over again. And then I picked up a movie starring Morgan Freeman, Thomas Jane, Jason Lee, Damian Lewis, Timothy Olyphant, Tom Sizemore, a Lawrence Kasdan film, Dreamcatcher, based on the book by Stephen King. Evil Slips Through. It's a Village Roadshow. I don't remember it being over 2 hours either. So this one's quite a long in the tooth horror film from not necessarily Stephen King, but based on Stephen King ideas based on his novel. But it's good to know it's a Village Roadshow and accompanied with Castle Rock Entertainment and Warner Brothers. Happy to get this on Blu-ray. Or another horror movie for the horror collection. And I got this at the Dollar Tree in past waves, but I couldn't hesitate on the upgrade. Got this for $5 as well. Invasion of Body Snatchers from MGM. I believe this is the 1978 adaptation. 115 minutes, 185 by 1. It's from United Artists as well. I remember United Artists being quite big at this time with like the Rocky series, and they were all over multiplexes and stuff back in the day. Pretty much anything cool United Artists had themselves attached to. I don't know if they're functional at this point anymore, or as mainstream as they once did, but very happy to have this. This has a great cast. This has Leonard Nimoy, Jeff Goldblum. It's got Brooke Adams, Donald Sutherland. Brooke Adams also played in Shock Treatment. She's got a really good singing voice too. She's really super talented. I'm really surprised she didn't go farther in Hollywood than she did. It has a very young Jeff Goldblum, like I said, in this. And really shocked to see Leonard Nimoy in a horror film. I mean, I'm not, because it's sci-fi horror, because, with Star Trek, but still, it's kind of like scary horror, so, I'm kind of surprised that he'd be in this, but for $5 and an upgrade, well worth picking it up. And then I got a Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, and Joe Pesci film. To me, this was one of the steals of the haul for the price. It's Goodfellas, a Martin Scorsese picture. I only paid $4 for this one. It's rated R. This clocks in at somewhere around almost 2.5 hours. And it has a slew of special features. It's got 3 documentaries with a cast and crew. Roger Ebert at the time said this was the best mob movie ever. So, I mean, he's saying it's basically better than The Godfather from what I'm seeing here. Peter Travers puts it over. It has such actors as Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Lorraine Bracco, Paul Sorvino, Joe Pesci. I mean, it's got everything in it you could want. Was judged by the 1990s Best Picture by the New York, Los Angeles, and National Societies of Film Critics, named to the American Film Institute's Top 100 American Films list. I mean, it did it all, and it is a really fun film. Honestly, I'm not big on mob films, but I saw this one, and I was just like, I just couldn't believe the great performances in this. I really like this movie a lot. Like, well, love this movie, I should say, not like, but I love this movie a lot. Really entertaining. It flies by for nearly a 3-hour movie, too. But that's Goodfellas. And then I couldn't resist picking this up, because I did watch this back in the day, but I always watched it when it was on TV, on CBS, and it was always censored. I don't know what the uncensored... I've seen it, but I've only seen it on CBS, so, I mean, there really wasn't any point of airing this on CBS back in the day, because it was heavily censored. A lot of the stuff didn't make sense, but, you kind of went with it, and that's risky business. Warner Brothers title, in conjunction with, Geffen Pictures release as well. Has a slew of special features. It's got a 25th anniversary retrospect on it as well. A theatrical trailer. Soundtrack remastered in 5.1. Director's cut of the final scene. I mean, it has just about everything. Roger Ebert actually said this was a fantastically entertaining film. He gave it 4 stars, which I'm sort of surprised, being a teen romp, that he would have liked this, honestly. Once again, it's another one of those movies you buy. But still, nice pickup for $5. And then I got a Blu-ray double feature, Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2. It's a Blu-ray disc 2-pack combo pack here. Got this for $7. And this was what I was telling Larry and Melissa, that I don't need the new Happy Feet that they picked up at the Dollar Tree, because I don't know, I saw this and I'm like, it's got 1 and 2 in-house. So it's like a double feature, and you got them both right there. The first one clocks in at 108, while Happy Feet 2 clocks in at 99 minutes. So there's only about 10 minutes of difference in length, and probably some of that's credits, so probably not going to notice much of a difference on which one's longer. They're both from Village Roadshow and Warner Brothers. I'm glad that they were able to keep it still under their banner, more or less. And they didn't just pass the buck onto another studio, because you can kind of tell when movies do that. Like, if they don't want the franchise or whatever, they'll pass on to another one, or the company will buy that particular property, and then you get the feeling like they're not. I will say Happy Feet 2 is not on the same level as Happy Feet 1, at least not in my opinion. But I remember when Happy Feet was such a huge success, and they followed it up with Happy Feet 2, and Happy Feet 2 bombed. I'm really surprised. Just thought, being a sequel to such a massive hit, that this would have been much bigger. Especially being, with Robin Williams in it and stuff. Here's a look at the back. Once again, another movies you buy. And then the final 3 here. I got a Clash of the Titans steelbook. We had taken the plastic off. I don't know I think it was sloshing around. So my wife opened it in store, because she didn't want to get it if it was all scratched. I can't remember if she looked at it. Pretty plain inside for a steelbook, but yeah, it does have a little bit of a scratch there. But being a Blu-ray, it'll probably come right off. And just like that. Just like that. The little scratch that was on it, I just buffed it out. Used a really soft rag. Sometimes if you use a really soft cottony rag, you can buff them out. You don't even need a I don't know, whatever geriatric geek said, you a polisher or whatever he said, refinisher of some sort that you can buy. You can buy them for like $100. You can refine them a little better to get the scratch marks out. But I buff that one. That's what I like about Blu-rays. As long as they're not heavily scratched, you can buff them out about 9 times out of 10. And that's what that one did. And that scratch is not on there no more. Blu-rays are so much tougher about that kind of thing. Whereas DVDs, once they're scratched, they're pretty much toast. But there's Clash of the Titans. Really like that cover. Look at the back with what is his name? Sam Worthington and Ralph Fiennes. But I got that too. And then finally, I'm going to round the video up this morning. And I'm sorry I took a little bit with buffing that out, but that was going to bother me if I didn't do that. But I was just trying to demonstrate you can buff out scratches on Blu-rays and you won't even notice. As long as they're not, highly scratched, you can do that. But I was able to get... Oh, this is loose or something too. Oops. Let me just make sure this isn't running around free. The joys of going live. Little things, weird things happen unexpectedly. If you ever start your own channel, you'll find that out yourself in the future. Little weird things happen, like this wasn't running free the other day, and then bam. Because I always make sure these aren't running free before I just bring them in the house and stuff. I look at them when I get them out to the car. I don't know, I just like to make sure things are not like all kinds of bad, like with running free disc. And sometimes that's the joys of going on these long trips to stores you don't normally go to. Could have been something the cashier did. Oh, okay. Well, maybe... Oh, no, I guess it was running free. I thought it might have been... it must have just popped free. Because there's no scratching of any kind. Yeah. See, it looks perfectly good. I don't think you can pick up any scratches on there. But I think it didn't help, too, that it had these little packets of paper running free. Yeah, it's got the following. It's plugging to show the following with Kevin Bacon and yeah, I don't really recognize a lot of the other people in this, but I'm sure you remember the show on Fox called The Following about a serial killer, or kind of like a Charles Manson kind of guy, mind control kind of show, guy having a cult and all that. I don't know if you remember that show, but it was a really good show. I wish it would have stayed on the air, but I lost cable, and by the time I got cable back, it was already off the air or was ending. But this does come with a digital code, and if you want, I might as well stick it on the video this morning, because if not, it's just going to go over in the stack, and then it's just going to sit there. But this is for Taken 2. I don't know if this is actually for Taken 2 movie itself. I guess it is, but I don't know if you can see the code too good. Okay, I'll put it up to the camera a little better. Funny. A lot of glare this morning, I apologize. Man, this is tough. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You should have gotten that, I would think. If not, if you ask about it in the comments, I don't know, maybe go on Instant Messenger or go on Instagram and give it to you that way. But that's Taken 2. Wasn't able to find Taken 1, but I did find Taken 2, and I found Taken 3. Unrated one. Oh, they both are unrated. Okay, they're both unrated. Taken 2 came with a DVD 2 as well as a digital copy, and Blu-ray. Taken 3 came with a Blu-ray and digital HD. I don't know if it's like a code or I guess, but there's Taken 3. And that's my haul video for this morning. I'm sorry I haven't been around in quite a few days. But I thought maybe I'd chill out with the videos for, the weekend, because I know a lot of people will be out traveling. YouTube's probably the last thing on your guys' mind on a Memorial Day weekend. I'm sure you were, paying tribute to fallen, military family members. And I know we were, my wife was in a little bit of mourning the entire weekend over the holiday because she lost her mother a couple years ago, right before Thanksgiving. And she hadn't gotten to meet her grandson for, very long. And she went to bed one night, and then she went into a bit of a coma, and she never came out, and she never got to see him again. And that's this Memorial Day is dedicated to her memory for us, just because it was so tragic, so unexpected at 61 to die the way she did. Believe she had a stroke in the meantime while she was under. She just went south really bad. I believe she's dealing with a hiatal hernia as well. I'm wondering if maybe it's strangulated, maybe. I don't know. But I don't mean to bring the video down as a downer, but it's just that it's being Memorial Day weekend, it's kind of fitting to tell you this little story about, what we did, like what went on and why this year's of all years is important. I mean, not that last year wasn't, but it's just like it marks another Memorial Day without her for my wife. And I think, the idea of putting flowers on graves and stuff, right? This is a bad time of year for her for that. I told her if she wanted me to do that for her, I would do that for her to make it easy for her, but she can't bring herself to the grave for it and stuff. And I understand that 100%. But thank you for watching. And like I said, I hope everybody had a solid Memorial Day weekend. You had, a lot of memories to share. I'll be back in a couple days with another video. And till then, you always have a seat here in the balcony here at the Emporium. And you all take care and stay safe. And I'll see you again. See you later. Bye.